What's up, guys? My name's Fangblitz. Today we are doing a Monarch structure deck. I want to point out I am recording on a Mac, so I'm hoping the sound quality is a little better. Maybe I hope the visual quality is a bit better too. But yeah, so this is a deck profile I've been working on for a couple of weeks now, and I swear to God, I have to tell you guys, I'm in love with the Monarchs. Not only because I'm a dirty, cheap rascal. I don't know what other word to use. I don't want to say Jew because I don't want to offend anybody. Not that I use it ever. It's just a word to use, I guess. I don't know. Because this deck is dirt cheap for a really good copy. Not this copy. This copy gets expensive with Majesty's Fiend and Vanity's Fiend and Maxi and Effect Veiler. That's the only reason why this deck is pretty expensive. I mean, 1-for-1 I think is cheap. Yeah. Rhoda's too. Oh, and then Caius is pretty expensive too. Which all adds up to, the $30 to build the rest of this deck. These guys are like 10 cents to buy with it. Doesn't come in the deck. Plus, $16 plus $30 plus, Jesus Christ, a ton of money plus a ton of money plus a ton of money. So you start getting up into like towards the hundreds, which this is the more expensive deck, more better deck, more tournament savvy deck to run. But you can run a really good $30 deck version of this that I'm currently running because I'm saving up to make this deck. But I've been playtesting this on Dueling Network and Yugioh Pro for a long time. Well, I mean, a week or two. It's kind of long. And it was working really, really, really well. But as always, please leave any edits you guys have to make this deck better in the description below. And don't forget to leave a like, but let's get on with it. So I think I'm going to run from top to bottom of this deck and then go over. So I run 1 Caius, 3 Ideas, 2 Effect Failures, 2 Aether, 2 Yugiohs, 2 Erebus, 2 Karaz, 2 Majesty Fiends, 2 Maxis, jeez that's a lot of 2s, 2 Vanity's Fiends, 2 Domains, 1 March of the Monarchs, 1-for-1, 3 Pantheisms, 1 Reinforcements of the Army, or known as Rhoda, 1 Return of the Monarchs, 2 Tenacity of the Monarchs, 3 the Monarch Stormforth, 1 Subtle Morning, and 2 the Prime Monarch. I swear to God, I don't even know why you would run the original Monarch because the Prime Monarch is so good. It's so much better. So I run the Caius solely because of the fact that you should run another 28 1000 beater besides Erebus and Aether. And also he's the best of the bunch, and it's kind of not a deck without him. That's why he's worth like $15 to $30 at most card shops on TCG Player, as you can see right here. But yeah, his effect is really good. It has to do with banishing and inflicting 1,000 life points to them. Banish all cards with that name from the deck. If it was a dark monster card, it was like, are you telling me that if I banish one of your dark monster cards, I can banish all copies of it from the deck? That's insane. Well, along those lines, you have to read it for yourself. 3 Ideas, the Heavenly Squire, 2, and then because Idea, I was almost about to go through the deck again. I run the 3 Ideas because it partners up with Yugiohs, which are you 2 guys to get off all your level 6s and all your level 8s, or level 6s, or because of this guy. But yeah, so when this guy's normal special summon, special this guy. When this guy's normal special, you get 2 tribute, or you get a tribute summon additionally to your normal summon. So if you special him and you special him, you can normal summon him and him, or him to get out him and him. Pretty much, it's crazy batshit awesomeness. But just the plays you can pull with these guys, you can't run a Monarch deck without him. Although this guy can easily be bumped down to 2 and still playable. Where is he? Oh, he's right there. Let's go to A to Z. So yeah, 3 Erebus because of the. Oh wow, wait, hold on. Sorry, we gotta go back up to Effect Veiler. So 2 Effect Veiler because of the hand trap. Same reason for my 2 Maxis. My 2 Aether, the Heavenly Monarch, because oh boy, this card you banish 2 of these guys from your deck, special summon one of a monster with 24 or more attack and 1000 defense. So the only guy you can't special summon with this thing is Vanity's Fiend, and I'm pretty sure with this you also can't search out Vanity's Fiend, but you can special and search Majesty's Fiend, which is pretty nice. Although Vanity's Fiend is protected by March, which is pretty nice. But you can also not reveal Vanity's Fiend for Tenacity, which kind of sucks. So I talked about Adios. Erebus, it does the same thing. It banishes 2 spell trap cards with the Monarch in the name, and you get to shuffle a card from the hand, field, or deck. No, hand, field, or graveyard back to the deck. That's like batshit insane and crazy. That's wow. I gotta find some better words. So just the fact of saying, oh hey, you like that card? Bye bye, back to the deck. Oh, it can't be destroyed by battle. Oh, bye bye, back to the deck. He's a really good card to get rid of those walls in case you're going up against a deck that gets out a wall that can't be destroyed by battle. He's such a good card. Karaz, this is a draw power card, but it depends on who you pop. So if you pop 2, you can pop up to 2 cards, meaning 2 of your own or 2 of your opponent's. Now, whoever's 2 you pop, they draw 2 cards, or you pop 1 of your own, 1 of your opponent's, each draw a card. So what I've heard is Karaz is you're supposed to pop your own, but I've never found a point where I can pop my own without like not being able to get the turn win that turn. So I normally just pop my opponent's, hope he doesn't draw a hand trap, and go for the direct attack. That's what I normally do with Karaz. Honestly, it's worked for me so far, but I can guarantee you once you get to the tournament level shit, it's going to be like, oh, I popped that. Now I attack. Oh, nope. Swift Scarecrow, bye-bye. Or Battle Fighter, goodbye. Which kind of sucks. Then the 2 Majesty's Fiend, I kind of hate his effect, but he can be searched and specialed by either. He can be revealed by Tenacity, he can search by Return. So he works really well in the deck. Majesty kind of gives it away. Because he's a 24-1000. The reason why Vanity doesn't work, it's all the same, except he's 1200. He doesn't work with anything, which sucks. And he's the one with the great effect, too. So he's so good, so he's the worst of the 2, and he's so good, but he can't be searched, which kind of sucks. Talked about Maxi. Vanity's Fiend is the good one. Can't special summon anything. You don't normally special except for his effect, really, or these guys' effect, but that's it. So if you have him in the field, your opponent's kind of stuck there. You know, pendulum decks are kind of like screwed. Pepe and what's the other one? Magic Spectre. Those are kind of screwed. I run the 2 domains. I honestly wanted to run 3, but then the more I've been thinking about it, I kind of want to bump up return. If I'm gonna bump up anything, I'm gonna bump up return because return came to me more and came in more handy. But that being said, though, a lot of these things came in handy. In fact, I was even at one point considering bumping up March, but definitely not March. Maybe Effect Veiler or Maxi would be good bumped up, but I like him at 2. So Domain's really good because he gets your Tribute Summon monsters boosted attack when they're battling. And if you control a Tribute Summon monster, your opponent's extra deck, completely useless. There's no way to get around with this except for like negating everything on the field. Or negating this at least. While it's on the field, while you control a Tribute Summon monster, your opponent's deck is completely useless. Which is great, but it's both players. So if you run an extra deck on a Monarch, which like maybe you're running one of those quantum engines or something, I think that's what they're called. Yeah, so that would be kind of like decent. March the Monarchs just because this is the good to get rid of those annoying pesty like, oh, I'm gonna target your guys, I'm gonna tribute them, or I'm gonna mirror force them. Nah, this guy is like, can't do that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna dark hole them. Nope. Raigeki. Nope. Lightning Vortex. Nope. The 1-for-1 I play just because the only card you can use him on is this, and this it specials him, which is so good. Honestly, if you play a Monarch deck while running Idea without running 1-for-1, you're stupid. Because specials this guy, 2 tributes that turn. Amazing. Pantheism, this guy is your draw power, this guy is your searcher. So it's like a draw power and a searcher in 2 turns. That's like a card D plus, I don't know, my mind goes to Cyber Dragon Core first, or Repair Plant, because I'm a Cyber Dragon user at heart. Or maybe a Kama 3 if you're a Senju user, or a Kyoto Waterfront if you are a Kaiju user, or a Stratos if you're a Hero user. I don't know. I'm gonna go Stratos though because he's the more well known. So he's a Stratos and a card D in one, pretty much. Send one of these guys with a Monarch in their name to the graveyard. Draw 2 cards. While it's in the graveyard, banish it. Reveal 3 cards from your deck with Monarch. Reveals 3 spell or trap cards with Monarch in the name from your deck to your opponent. Opponent picks one. You add it to your hand. The other 2 to shuffle back in your deck. Fantastic. But then it says banished, and the only way to get it back is actually when an ID gets sent to the graveyard. So, you know, there is a cycle with this deck that can be repeated a couple times, but once all your Yugioh is banished, the cycle kind of ends just a little bit. So, yeah. 1 Rhoda just to get idea faster, because honestly, the faster you get idea, the faster you win the game, in my opinion. Return, this is your searcher. I'd like to see more of him, so I'm thinking about bumping him up to 2. You know, maybe taking out a Karaz or a maybe a Vanity's Fiend or something. Something along those lines. I'll figure out along the line. In fact, if you guys figure out what that I should take out, what I should put in, please leave it in the comments, like I said at the beginning of the video. So yeah, this guy, just whenever a Monarch is tribute summoned, you get to search another Monarch. So tribute, search, tribute, search, tribute, search. Such a good card. Tenacity is when you get stuck with a bunch of Monarchs but no spell or trap cards. Maybe one, maybe a Stormforth and it's kind of useless, or a Domain and you already have one, or I don't know what else would be useless. Maybe the Prime Monarch that you don't want to set. You can search out of Pantheisms, get primed to the graveyard, draw 2, keep your hand going. This is just a really good card for those tight spots. And then the Stormforth, because this is, in my opinion, this is the MVP of the deck. Because of the fact that, it's like, you're just looking at your opponent's like, hey, you like that monster, right? And they're like, yeah. Well, guess what? What? Tributed. And they're like, no. And then you tribute their monster to bring out one of your monsters. That's amazing. That's why I kind of was like into the Kaiju thing at first. You know, Kaiju Senju, my old deck profile, which if you haven't seen it, it's awesome. Go check it out. Link will be in the description, probably, maybe. So this makes them, you know, pretty good, like Kaiju's almost, with the whole non-targeting thing. And then the Solemn Warning, obvious. And then the Prime Monarch. This is your Recycler. This is your Tribute Summon material. If you don't know what it does, well, this is sitting in your graveyard with a bunch of these Monarch spells. You can banish one of those spells to summon it. I say spells. You can use traps, but there is no other Monarch traps. So, you run... so you banish them, and you special this in defense with 24 defense, which is great. And then that's tribute material. Or if it's on the field, you take 2 spells that are spells or traps that with the Monarch in their name, shuffle them into the deck, draw 1 card. So it's a recycler. Anyways, guys, that is it for this deck. If you wanted combos, check out someone else's video. I don't do combos. I don't do Yugioh Pro yet. I might do the replays and stuff. If you want to go see some Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels with my Monarchs are in 2 of them now, I believe. Go check out the channel I'm a part of called Apóleia Gamers. It's in the channel link will be in the description below. But yeah, other than that, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to slap that like button, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe.